Hi, Richard here in a forest in Germany. Just wanted to give a quick update on the cars. Bit of bad news regarding the Honda. In the end, it wasn't cost effective to repair the bit of rust underneath, even though the engine and gearbox were perfect, the interior was perfect, and it was a pleasure to drive. Been scrapped and sold to a scrap dealer in, I think it was Essen. That left last week, and that left a lump in my throat, I must admit. I had the car for around about 8 years. It's been nothing but reliable. I think the worst situation I had with it was a flat battery that I had to replace, and yeah, it was the engine and gearbox were amazing. Never had any issues with either of those. Very practical. It was a combi, Honda Accord Estate, or a combi as they say here. And yeah, I drove down to Italy, Switzerland, Austria, Croatia in that with a family, and had some good memories with it. However, there was a bit of rust underneath that the local garages were not prepared to fix, and they also advised me, don't bother, because your engine has done 364,000 kilometers. Although it drove sweet, they said you never know, and if you invest, you might as well invest this money in a replacement car. So I did invest in another car, and that I describe in a previous video. Okay, finally, to reveal the car I've purchased today to replace the Honda is the Skoda Yeti. The other update is the Porsche Boxster. Unfortunately, because my contract came to an end, I had to liquidate some assets, and obviously the Porsche is one of those assets that does raise a bit of capital for paying bills, basically, making sure that it just bridges the gap between one contract and the next. I would definitely get a Porsche Boxster again. I think the value and the quality, the driving experience is well worth well worth it. Such a brilliant car, well made, feels like quality. The steering wheel, the gearbox, everything about it is just brilliant. Let's see what the future holds. I expect sometime this year maybe I'll be in a position to get another one, or something interesting, something else interesting as well. Let's see. Yeah, so two of my favorite cars have gone. One out of necessity, and the other one out of the Honda, just not worth keeping on the road. So the Yeti, I will do a review on the Yeti soon, as soon as I can, as soon as I get a bit of free time, and I'll put a video. There's a woodpecker up there. As soon as I get a bit of free time, I will knock a video up about the Yeti. I have had some issues with the Yeti already. Fortunately, I've managed to fix it. I will create another video on that, but keep your eye out. Maybe of interest to some of you. So yeah, a bit of a rocky few months, selling the Porsche, having to get rid of the Honda, buying the Yeti, but I'm pretty convinced that this year is going to be a good one, and yeah, maybe I can create something interesting that you might find interesting. So yeah, if I find it interesting, then, well, there's no guarantee anybody else will, but anyway.